Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. Finally, I'm back. I was so busy last week, but here I am, continue to share some videos. The weather is already great, spring is here, and also this room is so hot, I don't know why. My hands are super wet right now. Anyways, today I would like to talk about school applications. I chose this topic because many school applications are coming soon, or already here actually. It would be a good idea to make video about it and share my experiences, my knowledge, which school you should choose, choosing the right teacher. There are many important things, so be sure to watch until the end. By the way, before we start, don't forget to subscribe my channel and like this video. Check out my music videos. Also, I put my Spotify link down in description, so you can check my Spotify there. Alright, let's get started. So the most important thing when you choose schools is to check the schools in right time. But what is right time? For me, the right time is a year before audition. For example, the school application starts in 2024 winter, so you should check 2023 winter, 1 year before. I would say the best is to be very well prepared already 3 months before the audition. I know so many people don't do that, also myself, I never do it actually. I already missed so many deadlines in my life, all this application procedure. It can be very difficult, I know, but that's why I do this video, so you don't have to suffer like me. Take notes, be aware, and enjoy the process. So like I said, if the deadline for application is in June, you should be prepared minimum 3 months before. The other thing to consider, where do you want to study? Do you want to study in your country or study international schools, or do you want to go to study in another country? Actually, this one depends on you a lot because I don't know what you really want. But there is nothing wrong to study in your own country or to go another country to study. Now everything is easier compared to 20 years before, 30 years before, to go and study in another country. For example, if you would like to study in Europe, then you should check European schools or a specific country like Germany, wherever it is. But that's why it's very important to prepare 1 year before. Because if you don't check the schools in the right time, maybe it can be very late. And the last thing you want to experience is to miss the deadline. That's very painful. Imagine you always want to study in specific school, then you check their website and it's already gone. So to decide where you want to study, which country, which school, it's a very specific thing. Of course, there are very famous schools, but just because they are famous, it doesn't mean you should go there to study. I believe nowadays there are so many opportunities in almost everywhere. It's all about you, your strategy, and how you use your time. After finding where you would like to study, ask yourself, why do you want to study there? Especially if you are younger, like 18 years old or 19 years old. When you decide to study your bachelor degree, you could make a wrong decision, but it's very easy to fix that. How? If you know why you want to study in that specific school, it will really help you during your studies, especially if it's your first time going abroad to study. Another very important thing, what does the school offer? For example, for musicians, how many practice rooms they have? How is the environment? Is it a friendly environment or not very friendly? How about recording opportunities, scholarships, teaching staff, lectures? All of these are very important during your studies. You wouldn't want to go somewhere that doesn't offer much. For example, their concert halls or the city life. Are there many events in the city? Is it a crowded city? It's a big city or small city? After deciding which school you want to apply, note the deadlines. Make a list of schools from the top which you want to study the most and the least you want to study. I would say try to apply as much school as you can because school auditions can be very tricky, sometimes even more difficult than many competitions. Why is that? Because it's not always about your playing. You could be the best player in the world, but maybe they don't have space for new students. Or depending some political issues, you know what I mean? That's why it's a numbers game. Of course, it would be so nice if you win the school you want the most, but at the end of the day, you really don't know if you will win or not. Because it's not only your teacher's decision, but all of them deciding whether you should study or not. Well, another very important thing is the audition program. Most of the time, schools want to hear same repertory, like one movement Bach, some sonata, one big concerto, and one virtuoso piece. I would say you should always have in your repertory one Bach, one classical piece, one virtuoso piece, and a big romantic concerto. And of course, etudes. Why they want to hear these things? Because these are the main things that shows what kind of player you are. Most of the time they don't listen that much. It depends from each department what they would like to hear. But in my experience, usually string departments, they don't really want to hear that long. I mean, they usually listen from 10 minutes to 30 minutes maximum. Unless you are applying for a very difficult program like PhD or concert examen in Germany, then they really want to hear lots of things. You should choose your repertoire very wisely. You don't want to play some new pieces which you just learn in 1 month. It's always good to play your pieces, and your pieces usually are the ones you really like and you can play really well. It's all about showing your skills. You don't have to play for them the piece which is not really well prepared, because they don't care, they just care how you play. You could think you played this piece so many times and you are bored, but they don't know how many times you played it before. So choose the pieces you play really well. So now what I'm going to say, maybe this one will be the most important part of this video. Choosing a teacher. Why this is so important for musicians? Because we have individual lessons with our teachers. You will learn most of the things from your main teacher. I think when you apply for bachelor's degree, the teacher of choice might be the most important thing. Imagine you choose a teacher and you thought it would be so great, but then it turns out it's not great. That's not very fun experience. It could be a problem for you and for teacher, everything. And how to choose the right teacher? Well, there is no straight answer to this, but if you know what you are looking for, then you can find a good teacher for you. When the right teacher meets with the right student, then the results are amazing. And the final thing, which I'm going to repeat again, try as many auditions as possible. Every year, level is getting higher. And if the level is getting higher, also competition is much more difficult. Think about playing level. 3rd years before, 4th years before, if you listen to audition tapes or recordings, it's not really impressive for today's level. Now everyone is playing really good and everybody wants to study in good schools. Even myself, I can feel the pressure, you know? You see people younger than you playing really good, perfect technique, and the musical ideas are also there. It makes you nervous. But if you couldn't enter the school you wanted, it's no problem. I believe there is no failure, but it's just a feedback. For example, if you couldn't win an audition, maybe it's because of your playing, or maybe you did something wrong in your document application. It's not a failure, it's just a feedback. And the good thing, you can apply again. Most of the schools you can enter summer semester or winter semester. So it's just a 6 month of difference. Personally, for me, the most important thing is environment, I guess. But maybe for you, environment is not the #1 thing. Maybe the teacher or the name of the school is more important for you. Please don't stress so much during your application process. The funny thing, when I make this video, actually I'm just also telling everything for myself, because I also apply different places and I also make mistakes. At the end of the day, you cannot make the process faster. For example, if there's a deadline, you should wait that deadline. There is not much you can do about that. So patience is the key for inevitable success. Well, that's it for today's video. I wanted to make a short, quick video because right now it's application season. Everyone is applying so many different schools. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check my music videos playlist and also follow my social media accounts. All the links down below in description. You can find them all there. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.